Hello, guys. Ian living in the Philippines. So, today, I just want to talk a little bit about the Philippine culture regarding children. I've been coming to the Philippines since 2008 and permanently living here now for 6 years. On the 18th of January, exactly 6 years. So, every time you come over, you've been a bit, you go out to friends and family and parties and everything, and you notice how they not treat the children, treat the right word. Um, their lifestyle, put it that way, the lifestyle is completely different to how I know it back in Europe. So one example is the kids, or back in Europe, when we used to go to school, or you have children, you go to bed early. In some cases, it was 6 o'clock in the evening already. Latest 9 o'clock at night, because you have to go to school the next day. And even on the weekend, 9 o'clock was you went to bed. Here, the kids go to bed when they want, when they fall asleep. And you also notice the it's mostly the boys. They can do what they want, even if it seems to us to be naughty. They're given the free thing to virtually they can scream, be naughty, and hardly anybody says anything. The girls, though, they are taught at a very young age how to help the family, washing the clothes, cooking, cleaning up. I believe that's why many of the young Filipino women, they're all good cooks because when they were kids, they always had to help out in the kitchen. One thing I don't like, but again here it's normal. The kids, also the girls, are sent into what they call a sari store. It's like a convenience store. So either the mother or the father will send their kid, for example, buy alcohol or to buy cigarettes. And this can be also 10 o'clock at night. They'll get sent away to buy things, ice for the drinks, snacks, all kinds of things, which I personally do not like myself. I said, if I want something, I'll go and get it myself. And I would not send my children to a store to get something for me. But that's the way it is here in the Philippines. It's quite normal. So yeah, the kids will go to bed when they want. Also, their eating habits. They'll get up in the morning and already eat candy and chocolate. We don't do that in Europe. But we're not in Europe. We're in the Philippines. These are many things that you have to come to terms with. And sometimes for me, it's like not hard, but you're sitting there with the family, with a big group of people, and they treat their children differently. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. And I cannot say anything. Who am I to tell them how to how to bring up their children. And another thing, because we were talking about baby JR, because many of you know his mother, our daughter-in-law, passed away a few hours after his birth. We were talking about how he'll grow up, like who's going to be looking after him and sort of thing. What I have noticed over here also is if you go to other families, you'll see kids there from other families that actually live there. It'll be children from either very good friends or members of the family that no longer here. Either they've died or some are working overseas. So if the mother and father is working overseas, what happens to the children? They get brought up either, sorry, from a brother and sister of their parents, so their uncle, aunt, or even the grandparents. This is a very, very common thing that I've noticed here. So the children actually don't, or they don't grow up living with their parents, which again for me seems a little bit strange. But that's the way it is in the Philippines. I find it also strange that the parents. We have many guys here in the street here, or not many, a few guys. They work on ships, or another one on a cruise ship. So 9 months of the year, they're on their ships. They'll spend then a couple of months back here at home, and then they're off again. And they'll do this for many years. So you're thinking, well, isn't that a little bit sad for the children missing missing their fathers for such a long time? I think they get used to it. Actually, we have a thing in our family. One of the daughter-in-laws, her mother works in Hong Kong. Well, there was one time it was like 2 years she was away, and Hong Kong's not very far away, and she was away 2 years, a carer in Hong Kong. So you can imagine that she's she's not with her children, and the children are growing up without their mother, only seen her very rarely. It seems for us Westerners very strange, but I think at the end of the day, yeah, it's the money that they see is coming in at the end of the month. It's quite, like I said, you've got many families that have, and again, for these children that do live with other families, this is what I see. I don't know if it is like that everywhere. These children are also used, not abused. I'd say used. So because they're living there at the house, so of course they're using the electricity, they're using the water, and also they'll be living somewhere in the house, whether they'll be sleeping on the wooden sofa or whatever. So they would also, especially if it's a girl, I've seen this a lot of times. It's nothing. I sometimes have a bit difficulty, but again, so the girl, she will have to clean the house up. She will have to help washing the dishes. Sometimes also cooking a little bit if she's old enough, and yeah, and going to the store buying the things. So yeah, it can be a little bit. Again, we are not, um, how to say, not our responsibility, or we are not allowed to say, not our business, is it? It's not our business. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the way it is in the Philippines. So yeah, children. So sometimes it feels a bit sad, and so feel sad for the kids. But on the other side, they seem to be okay with it. I've never heard any of the kids like moaning. I miss my mom, or I miss my dad, or I suppose that's the way they've been brought up. Also, so talking about Philippine culture, something slightly different. I've mentioned it before, and you've probably seen it in a couple of videos I've done. Parties. The men sit with the men, and the women sit away from the men and sit with them. We go to parties in Europe, and it's all mixed. You'll all be laughing and having joking, and not here, not in the provinces. I don't always like in the big towns, but here, and I've showed it in the videos. You'll have the table with the men, the brotherhood table, not the sisterhood, the brotherhood table, where all the guys sit there, and they'll drink them from one glass, which is called the brotherhood glass. So the women then they will sit on their table, talk about their women things, or often they'll sit inside the house, or even like doing the kitchen things. So they'll be either cooking or doing snacks, washing up, while all the guys are outside having a good time drinking. Um, you'll occasionally get one or two women that join. For example, like my wife. If my wife joins us, nobody will say anything. And there was a video I done the other day, this family reunion. There were actually two or three women also sitting at the table, but it was a big group of men. So I never really noticed at the beginning. And then when I'm sitting there, I go, huh? Why? Or what you will get, if the woman wants to join, she will sit behind her husband or boyfriend. They won't actually join in in the row. So they're still they can sit with us, but at the back. So quite a weird thing to start off with. But again, when you've been here for a few years, as with the children, you get used to these cultures, and after a while, it's just normal practice, I would say. So, guys, that was just a quick one, just about the children, because as we were talking about baby JP, how he's going to grow up without his mother. So, yeah. So, guys, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you on the next one. So, from Koyin, with his, my voice is getting better now, is goodbye. See you guys, take care.